right, Coach Dave. My goodness, that was a short week. I guess when you get old like me, they start getting shorter. That was a tune called Jukebox Saturday Night. Now, I had never heard that tune. And a young lady who also plays digital accordion, she knew the tune, or at least had the music for it, and she said, well, why don't we try to play it? And it's a neat little tune. Jukebox Saturday Night by Glenn Miller. Believe it or not, that was a Glenn Miller tune in 1942. Doesn't really sound like what you'd expect from Glenn Miller, but I guess he had a hit on it, but somehow through the years it had escaped me. But I guess we can do it. So the next tune, 1937. Boy, I wish I had a nickel for how many times I played this tune in, shall we say, the old days. Don't hear it nowadays, and I don't play it that much, but it's a nice little tune. And it's, you know, one of those purloin or furloin, I forget what kind of loin they are, loves. And, you know, it's called Once in a While. The lyrics are, once in a while, won't you have one little thought about me, blah, 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 blah. Little once in a while. Here we go. Once in a while, please try to give one little thought of me, although you're with somebody new. Oh my goodness. Oh, bring a tear to your eye. Well, this next tune, 1955. Now, I'm not exactly sure who wrote it, but it was recorded by the same guy. I can never remember his name. Sinatra, Frank Sinatra. And the tune was on his album, and the album was titled the name of this tune, which is In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning, with the same theme. There's a you know, the one I just played. In wee small hours of the morning when you miss them most of all, blah, blah, blah. So, wee small hours of the morning. In the wee small hours of the morning. I've probably mentioned this before, I'm the board of directors for the Massachusetts Accordion Association. And several years ago, we have a meeting once a month and you get to play and everything. And I played this particular tone. And afterwards, one of the women came up and she says, I love that song. I used to play that song to my children when they or sing the song when they went to bed at night. So I guess it works. Well, this next tune, there was a movie. Well, there was a lot of movies, but there was a big movie, probably one of the movies is well known from all time, called Gone with the Wind. And it was done in the late 1930s. Well, a fellow wrote a song, 1937, and he called it Gone with the Wind. Great tune, a lot of people have recorded it, but he was accused of trying to piggyback, off the movie. He says, nope, nothing to do with the movie. No, I just wrote this tune and happened to, that's the name I gave it. Well, of course, everybody's gone now. He's gone now. The accusers are gone. So we'll never know if he was influenced or not. But it's a nice tune called Gone with the Wind. Gone with the wind, gone with the wind. Well, you may have noticed I got a little contraption on my thumb over here, and seems I took a fall a while back, and a young lady is going to be treating it, the physical therapist. And every time I see her, she has her phone and she has music playing. And one of the songs she always seems to play is this particular song. Another fellow, I can never remember his name. I think it begins with an E. He's got a big house. Elvis, that's it. And this song came from the movie Blue Hawaii, 1961. Big hit for Elvis. And so I want to dedicate this song to Emma Champagne, great physical therapist. So, can't help falling in love with you. Can't help falling in love with you for Emma Champagne, great physical therapist, and hopefully with her help I won't need this foolish thing the next time you see me, because if you've heard some funny little squeaks and squawks, that's what's causing it, because it just is a little difficult. Well, you know, I thought we might have a little extra time today, so gonna do a tune that was came from I think it's a show the same name quite some time ago. Little tune called All of Me. Here we go. of me. A little extra, no charge at all. Well, we are getting down towards the end of our program today. Now, this last tune originated in England in the 1700s. No, Austin, I was not there. It was called The Beggar's Opera, and it was about a scoundrel, but a good scoundrel, named Mac Heath, and he was a Robin Hood type person, you know, robbed from the rich and gave to the poor, that type of thing. Well, along around about 1928, some folks decided to resurrect this character, Mac Heath. And they put together a little show called the Three Penny Opera. I don't know, of course it's 3 pennies to get. Of course you can't get in now because you don't have a penny anymore. However, they changed the character of Mac Heath from a nice fellow to a scoundrel, a robber and murderer, and he was just a bad dude. And they wrote the song. Of course, the song is called Mac the Knife. And around 1958, a fellow named Bobby Darin. Now, Bobby Darin was a singer, and his goal was to become the next Frank Sinatra. I don't think he made it, but he did have a big hit on a little tune called Mac the Knife. Mac the Knife. So many choruses you can't count them. It's only a short song, you know. That's the problem. Because it is only a short song, that we got another little extra time. So I was just thinking, let's do tune I've done before here. I know, but it's a classic from the Brazilian invasion of the late 50s, early 60s. You might recognize this. Little abbreviated Girl from Ipanema. Well, now, yes, we are down towards the end of our time. And as usual, you know what I'm going to say? Bring the young'uns in. Let them hear these tunes. They're not exposed to tunes like this today. And so, again, thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in. However it is, you get our little extravaganza. And as usual, the big guy behind the glass. If I sound great, it's because of him. If I don't, something wrong with the instrument. So, let's take it home with a little more Mac the Knife. Just what you need is another chorus of Mac the Knife. So.